You guys didn't think you were getting out of here without seeing one white comic, you know what I mean? There's gotta be one. With a name like Auguste DeRose-Jones, they just don't know. They just gotta be, I'm Greek and Italian, you know, I'm olive, not white, right? It's close enough. He's like, I saw your hat, that's what made you do the Lakers joke. And I was like, at least it wasn't my hat, not my face, because he went out about Austin Reeves about 10 minutes after he saw this white guy wearing a Lakers hat. But at least he's on Kobe team, right? So we'll start there. He said I'm from Pittsburgh. I am from Pittsburgh, but I live here now. I'm one of you guys, I'm assuming, unless you came across the country to watch this. But yeah, man, from the East Coast. But I live out here, and it's weird living out here now because you got to do stuff differently, you know? Every time I go home now, my friends are asking me, they're like, what are you doing differently now that you live in Los Angeles? And I'm like, the number one thing is I'm going green. All right, guys? I'm trying to be more environmentally friendly now that I'm a Los Angeles person. So I think the biggest thing I'm doing now is I'm only using paper straws when I do cocaine now. My one friend was like, that's not a big contribution. I'm like, you don't know about this LA Coke, all right? Doing a lot of it. And you could just do it on the street out here and just flick the straw down the street and be like, don't worry, it's biodegradable. We're good. No, guys, I don't do cocaine. Unless you have any. I'm too poor to say no, you know what I mean? Everything's expensive out here. The cocaine, just everything. Brunch. You ever get tricked into going to brunch out here? One time, and I was almost about to move back home. I couldn't afford rent. I was fucking panhandling on the corner, just fucking trying to find the money. I don't have much time, so I'm trying to offend as many people as possible as quickly as I can. I hit a woman once. Yeah, that'll get the room to turn on you quick. But let me explain myself first before you guys start hating. I warned her multiple times, guys. I told her over and over again. I said, Grandma, if you give me socks for Christmas one more fucking time. 4 years in a row, right? Let's not make it a 5. I don't want to have to hit you. But I would never hit a woman, guys. It's a joke, obviously. I would never hit a woman. Women have always had it tough. But this last year especially, wasn't this a tough year for women? Roe v. Wade getting overturned. For those of you who don't know, that's not a boxing match. That wasn't the UFC card last week. That's let me explain before all the blank faces out there. That's a Supreme Court decision that came down that now makes abortion illegal in some states in the Union. And I was talking about this the other day, and someone was like, why do you care? Like, what do you care for? And I got offended, you know, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's a decision that affects every American, right? You know? Even me, for example, I'm definitely banging more transgender girls now, so. Not that I wasn't before, just more into it now for some reason. You feel me? Because mouth's a mouth, a hole's a hole, you know what I mean? But Johnny's always been my third favorite hole, so it's just easy for me to. I'm fucking, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. Speaking of fucking, stay on that subject. That's fun, always to talk about. I hooked up with this girl once, and she felt obligated to share with me after for some reason that she'd also hooked up with the actor Vin Diesel before. So obviously she has a type. Yeah, so I guess I'm Eskimo Brothers with Vin Diesel now. And I don't know if you guys seen his movies, but he's all about family. So if you see him in the next Fast and Furious, don't be too surprised, all right? You guys are seeing the early preview here. My days of banging Vin Diesel groupies, though, has unfortunately come to an end. I have a girlfriend now. She's a black girl. So maybe that'll get more of applause. Interracial relationships. Hell yeah. I've always liked black girls, you know, but she's the first one I've dated, you know. I've always had a sickness for the thickness. You guys feel me? You guys feel me? Skinny white bitches ain't doing it for me. Anyway. But it's different dating a black girl. It's just different because they're horny, real horny, you know? You go 36 hours without touching your black girlfriend's titty. She's on the phone with her friend. She's like, this motherfucker's gay. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of black girls I love, Brittany Griner, she's back, baby. You guys pumped? Brittany Griner's back in the WNBA. Hell yeah. I was at the game. Where were you? It was a little empty, I'm not going to lie. But it was out here in Los Angeles, so I went to the game. It was fun. And if you're not aware of the whole Brittany Griner situation, I'll get through it real quick because I already got the light. But anyway, Brittany Griner, she was locked up in Russia for a little bit of time for having some weed on her. And Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin, they're like, let's do a trade. So they decided to trade the Merchant of Death for the only girl in the WNBA who can dunk. Seems like a fair trade, but then that got me thinking, that's probably the biggest trade involving a WNBA player since, I can't think of one either. I'll try. I really appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Like I said, a bunch of comics come from all over town, so this is really cool. It's just fun to fuck around up here, and you're not always going to have someone like your set. It's just always not going to happen. Some people like it, some people hate it, is what happens. I actually had a girl come up to me after my set the other week, and she just comes right up to me, and she's like, hey, you have small dick energy. Yeah, she's like, you have little dick energy. And I was like, lucky guess. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm Auguste DeRose-Jones. Thanks so much for coming out tonight.